Been talking about the wall for a while now, something that really just came up in the last 24 hours. This bombshell, New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft could face discipline in the NFL amid solicitation of prostitution accusations in Florida, facing 2 charges there. Obviously, we need to let the court system play this out. We need to know if he's ultimately going to be found guilty. He's denied it, but there's 2 prongs here. There's the court system, the judicial system, and there's the NFL. How does this all turn out?
Well, I mean, first of all, here's a guy who's worth $6 billion. And he gets caught having a massage with a happy ending in an Oriental massage place for 60, 80 bucks. I mean, his whole life turns on something so stupid. What he didn't know, of course, was that there was this federal probe of sex trafficking. They had been surveilling these Oriental massage joints, 10 of them, and they were keeping women in sexual slavery against their will. So there are some very serious felonies going on there, allegedly. Well, and whether he knew what was going on, I doubt. But he's going to get in the gym, and to your point, he's going to get fined or suspended next season.
Will be issued next week.
Yeah. So. But in a different case, a bombshell as well, R. Kelly facing 10 counts of criminal sexual conduct, far more serious.
Well, R. Kelly has been facing misconduct charges for as long as I've known his name. He married Aaliyah. Remember her? She died in that plane crash in the Bahamas. She was 15. They annulled that marriage. He's had this thing for young girls for a long time. He just got nailed by this BBC documentary, Surviving R. Kelly, that laid out, in very graphic terms, what he had done purportedly with these young girls. Now, Illinois in 2017 abolished the statute of limitations on these sex crimes. He was acquitted, about 10 years ago on a similar charge and on child pornography charges. He was acquitted. But he can be tried for so many other cases, and it seems to me they've charged him 10 counts now, but there's 4 victims as far as I know. Right. He's such a great talent. The biggest seller ever, hip-hop. Collaborated with Jay-Z, Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga. The guy's got enormous talent, but he's got this creepy thing about young girls, apparently.
Maybe that's why he hasn't been held accountable, because he had such
I think that's an excellent point.
Name ID. But Chicago's been busy when it comes to the criminal situations.
Boys behaving badly.
Boys behaving badly, yeah. There have been new details in the Jussie Smollett case. He now claims that he has an untreated drug problem after he's been cut from Empire's last episodes of the season. Do you think that he's going to be able to use this new claim as justification for why he allegedly did this?
I mean, he could use any claim he wants, but he's in real trouble. And his biggest trouble he hasn't heard yet, it's coming from the federal government when they get him on mail fraud for engineering that ridiculous threat letter with aspirin or whatever, white powder in it, and mailing it to us, paying with a check and all the rest of it. I mean, he's a narcissistic, selfish, manipulative. I feel no pity for him whatsoever, for him to invoke nooses and the civil rights era, and he disparaged, in my view, every real victim of every racist attack in our melancholy history, and to try to ride that wave, to try to take advantage of that to get a raise. Eddie Johnson, the Chicago police superintendent, should be an anchorman. He was so terrific, so articulate. He nailed him, and he's expressed what everybody should: the absolute disgust that somebody, particularly a black man, would invoke the imagery of a noose to get some kind of financial gain.
Because let's face it, there is going to be, as unfortunate as it is to say this, there is going to be a hate crime at some point in the future, a real one. And this just hurt that victim's approach to it. And if that victim's going to feel comfortable enough going forward, that is the real tragedy in all this.
I mean, such a manipulated crime. It's like he was so naive. He had no idea what it really takes to fool the cops. He had no idea. It's all falling apart. Text messages, checks, paying collaborators with checks. I mean, ridiculous.
All alleged. It doesn't look good, but we'll see how it plays out. I bet you knew.
It didn't look good for O.J. Simpson either.